Right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig, and you are through to the Combat Show. And it's going to be a big show today, people. Big show. Not only are we talking about the AJ Pulev fight and the card, and just pointing out, where we think certain people will win and the keys to victory in the fight, but we're also talking about the last UFC major card of the year. So it's going to be a packed show. So we need a packed cast, really. So joining me, as always, first and foremost, is my co-host Ola. Say hello to the people, Ola.
Let's talk about it, man. I'm hyped for this weekend, but let's talk about it. Come on.
Big weekend, right? And of course, it wouldn't be a complete show unless we had the antagonist known as Will. Say hello to the people.
How you doing, people? No long talk. Let's get into it. Come on, let's go.
And of course, we can't talk boxing without having, as Ola calls him, big unks on the show. Kenny Cat, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you very much, sir.
Kenny Cat,
you got a massive call. I think what's happened? Can you hear me? Oh, sorry. Can you take the mute? Yeah.
No, I can hear you now.
Good. All I'm saying is that I think I think we got to have to say a special thank you to Eddie Earn and Frank Warren, because of what they've done for boxing fans like ourselves. They kept us entertained for the last few Saturdays. We've been really spoiled. We had some really good fights. I'm sure you've gone through them already, but I told you guys in advance that Lyndon Arthur would beat Anthony Yarde, and I told you why. And I'm glad.
Yeah, you did. You called that early as well.
And we got a massive fight today. The thing with Anthony Joshua is that I can understand where Will's coming from. I think when you have an Anthony Joshua fight, it's more about a show and holding an event rather than the actual fight. And I think that's what Anthony Joshua brings to boxing as well, is that he's brought the sort of Frank Bruno effect, but a little bit more. You know what I mean? I think he's
I rated more than I rated Frank Bruno, though.
I think what Will sees Anthony Joshua as this kind of like Frankenstein sort of figure. Like he's been in a lab, you got him out. He looks very chiseled. He looks like the main part. You promote him. You turn the sort of the robot on and go, and he comes out with these wise words. Turn it off. He goes somewhere else. And you turn the robot on, and he goes on different shows around the world. And he sounds very wise. You see actually how to say it, a limited company rather than a fighter. I think that's what Will's alluding to. Let's see the fighter. Let's see some boxing.
Do you know what? I think you're very right, spot on. And also, just to add on, Ivan Drago has got more personality and charisma than he has. I'm just putting it out there. Ivan Drago has more charisma and personality than Joshua has.
Some's a Tyson Fury fan,
and he was meant to be robotic. And he was meant to be robotic. If you think about it, like he's meant to be a robotic fighter, and he's got more charisma and more style and panache than our guy Joshua.
I think Anthony's very much the sponsor's dream, to the extent that you could take him to the schools. He's not going to go on like, dare I say, a pork chop. You can't really take Dillian White there sometimes. You know what I mean? I think for Dillian White, he's a very emotional man.
Yeah,
he is to a certain extent. There are going to be some sort of sponsor. And I looked at him, but the full package of your like Coca-Cola, EE, any betting company. Yeah. I could think of. I wouldn't be surprised if there's about 20 companies like sponsoring Anthony Joshua, and he's worth every penny. He's a clean life, but most importantly, he's winning as well.
That's the thing. He is winning. You got to give him credit for that. He wins. And that's the way you got to give him credit for. But I just feel like it's overhyped because when you look at the names, they're big names, but some of them were past their best and some of them weren't ready to like get there. You know what I mean? That's my thing. It's like a lot of people will never give Mayweather credit for beating Pacquiao. And that's the way I look at some of his fights with some of them. Like, they're past it. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, he might be good. Joshua might be good. It's just he's fighting people who are Klitschko had come, a biggest fight. Klitschko had come off a loss to Tyson Fury already. They're 2 years off.
No, I would argue that's boxing. I think boxing is about timing. I think it's about.
That's true. That but that's what I'm saying. I'll give him credit for his
whole,
wins.
look at this whole Dubois Joyce thing. You know, everyone is kind of looking at Frank Warren now, like, why did you put him in there like so soon?
Why did you not? No, why did you not?
But that's the thing. In an ideal world, I agree with you. But actually, if you're trying to build a next AJ, you don't throw him in there with choice.
Yeah, but this is the problem with boxing right now. Trying to build the next. Why don't we just let the fighters fight?
Yeah, but the thing is, Will, Ola, and all of you, you guys are all UFC fans, and I think with UFC is that Dana White and the other companies, he doesn't want to build fighters. He very much wants to give the public what they want. Boxing's never been about that. It's about.
Can I ask you a question quick, just before you go on, because I want to nip you on that little point. When did Sugar Ray Leonard fight Tommy Hearns the first time? What were their ages the first time? Could you remember?
Well, Sugar Ray Leonard was 25, and Tommy Hearns. I think Tommy Hearns was about 2 years younger than 23.
22.
22. Yeah. No, I think Tommy Hearns was born in 1958. And they fought in 1981, so Sugar Ray Leonard would be 25, and Tommy Hearns had just come up to 23. But I believe both of them are world champions, and it was like it's world champion at the time, and I think at the time it was easy for them to fight because it was the only fight in town. But I think with boxers nowadays is that they need to build up a following. Promoters are going to protect them. And then they're not going to be like UFC, putting their records on the line before they've, got
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say, Angs. We used to do that back then. Everybody used to fight everybody back then. What happened? Everyone's following the Mayweather thing. We want to build a fighter up, unbeaten, and then let's see what can happen with pay-per-views and stuff like that. Nah. Like, let's just get them in fight. Let us see who's the warrior at the end of it all.
It's impossible when you've got so many belts in so many, you got divisions. But remember, look at it now in boxing. There's you've got the heavyweight division, and now they're going to do a bridgeweight. Yeah. A bridgeweight. So again, they're trying to build up fighters who are not quite big at heavyweight, who are basically blowing up cruiserweights. And now they're saying, right,
the Wilders, that type of thing.
Yeah. So they're going to be like the sort of people going to be bridgeweights. And you've got to kind of build it up.
Okay. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him.
So talking about the heavyweights now. On this card tomorrow, with AJ and Pulev, there's 3 title fights on the line. We got the WBC International Heavyweight title on the line. That's vacant. And we've got the WBO Cruiserweight title, which is also vacant. And they have Martin Bankole versus Stargate.
Yeah, he's
fighting for that WBC International Heavyweight title. How do you both see that fight panning out? Will, do you want to go first? It's a title fight. Honest, I've just read all the title fights that's on the line, innit? So I'm saying those are like the important fights on the card, innit?
To be honest, I'm gonna be totally unprofessional and say because it's an Eddie Hearns card, I did not even view it because I'm not gonna watch it. I don't really care.
Big Unks, talk to me.
Well, I think what's happened is that again, that thing we're talking about building the fighter. You're talking about Bankole. He's another one they're trying to build up. He sparred with Joshua. He sparred with all these fighters, Dillian White and everything. And what's happened is that Eddie Hearns preparing after Anthony. You know what I mean? Anthony can't go on forever. You know what I mean? Anthony's probably going to say, "I'm fed up being taken a punch in the face." I think Bakley is going to win. He's I said he's a bit upright for me when he fights, but then he hasn't got the experience. And with experience, you're going to get things like movement, man and feet. But I think Bakaley's going to win very early. I think it'll be 2 rounds, and it'll be a beatdown.
Right. So you see Bankole taking that over Sergey?
100%. I think the guy has been brought to get beaten up.
Okay, well, just purely on countryman bias. I'm a roll with Bankole as well. You know what I mean?
Was he
Um,
Nigerian?
it, of course he is blood.
I
You know
don't.
what I mean?
I don't know nothing about him. I ain't done no research. Like I
Yeah,
said,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
I ain't done
he's
no research or
so.
anything.
I'm expecting. I'm expecting. Well, I'd be looking for a win in that. Here with Fury is also on that card with Mario's watch. Is it
I
Mario's
like,
watch?
I like
Mario's
that.
watch.
Whack,
Yeah,
I
whack.
like that fight.
Mario's watch. I think that's a
good
heavyweight
fighter.
fight as well.
Yeah, I think Hughie Fury. I think he's only lost to good fighters. He's lost to his last loss was to Povetkin. I thought Povetkin won that
Mm,
pretty killer. He didn't look too happy after the fight, but I thought Povetkin's skills and movement sealed the deal for me. And obviously he lost to
right.
Pulev a few times where Pulev cut his eye pretty early, and Fury was needing a knockout because I thought he was behind on points. In my opinion.
Same.
So, but
Big Unks.
in terms of
Sorry. Is your TV volume up? Is your TV volume up?
oh yeah, a little bit,
I
yeah.
think I
So I
can hear
turned down.
TV.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we
actually
might get copyright strike. We might get copyright strike.
no, it's actually a preview for the fights. It's actually about
Right,
preview
right,
to the
right,
Josh
right,
one.
right.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think the thing about the whole thing is that Hughie Fury needs needs to just win because I think at the age of 26 he's got a really good future because you think about it, his cousin can't go on forever. No can Josh. There's a few, like it's going to be people like Joe Joyce, Daniel Dubois when he gets himself sorted. His cousin Nathan Gorman. There's Dillian White still going to be about. There's good opportunities for Hughie Fury if he wins tomorrow. I know people say, yeah, he's got to do it in style. I was listening to his dad earlier today on IFL. Just win.
Mm,
Forget all the sponsors. Forget the fans who want to beat down and knock down. Just win your fights and get yourself in that situation. You're not too far off challenge for world titles again.
right. For me, that's the approach you got to take sometimes because people want to see a flashy knockout, like almost the same situation that AJ was in with Andy Ruiz in the second fight. Just go and win that fight. Everybody was well, where's the knockout? No, it's not about that. Go win that fight, then deal with the situation that comes your way after that. But it's all about getting to the end of that fight and getting your hands raised. So
I think
a lot of
with
people are saying Wack is good.
I think with Fury and Kenny is right. I think he's at a crossroads in his career where he's either going to be he's either a really good domestic or he's a decent world prospect. And every time he threatens to be a world prospect, he falls. Falls to good fighters, but he falls. So I think this Marius Wack one, I think, is in the realm of possibility that he could win. Because I don't particularly rate Marius Wack that highly, but I do think it is a winnable fight for Hughie Fury, that he could win this fight. And it could propel him to good fights, because I do think he's better than a domestic fighter. I think he's got quite a negative style. There's no other way of saying it. But I do think he's a very stylish fighter. And I think if you can take that extra step tomorrow and capitalize and beat someone like Marius Wack, I have a lot of high hopes for him. But we'll see. What I like about him is that he's just quietly doing this thing. He's completely separated himself from Tyson. Doesn't ride Tyson's coattails at all. Literally just goes into his own kind of situation and just works hard. I'd like to see him continue to do that. Tomorrow is going to be the test, though. Tomorrow is definitely going to be the result.
I want to ask a question. Like, has he ever knocked anyone out? Because when I've watched him, I don't think he's got power.
Yeah, he's
Oh no,
he's just a bit of a negative, but he's not got a lot of power, which is so weird because he's like 6'7".
I know. That's what makes him weird. He fights scared. Really, like I hate saying a fighter fights scared. Yeah,
I was just about to burn you up on that, blood.
Yeah.
I was just about to light you up. You just saved yourself. I don't care whether it's boxing or not.
It's not for everyone. Here's the thing. For me, this is controversial. I've always liked Floyd Mayweather's style, you know. Always liked it. I don't know
Nah.
why. I think it's because
Floyd's different. The whole point is Floyd, like, what people don't understand is, yeah, after the whole match is done, after the whole, like, 12 rounds is done, yeah, you haven't touched Floyd, and he's touched you with 42% of his punches. So what the hell happened in there? That's what you got to think about. And that's what
But
Floyd makes you feel like.
Can't you say the same thing about Tyson as well? If you look at Tyson Fury, he doesn't throw that many punches.
Yeah.
And not many of his punches like his actual signature punch is the double jab.
Yeah.
Then the right hand.
Right hand and then a fade away.
Fade again. Yeah. And sometimes he'll just do the little shuffle and then go southpaw, switch hit. And he does that as well. Like me and my wife watched the fight with Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora, where Tyson Fury fought southpaw all fight. And all he did was double jab left on Chisora.
Yeah, he said before the fight, I'll fight left-handed throughout the whole fight, and he did it for the whole 12 rounds. The second fight, right?
Okay. What,
the
for
second
Chisora?
fight. Yeah, he said it. He said at a press conference before
Chisora struggles with southpaws. That's why Chisora one day came out and said it. Yeah, he hates southpaws. He admits it.
No, well, they'd already fought before, and he said, "I've already beat him. So just to prove to everyone how easy he is, I'm gonna beat him with my left hand.
Fought in 2011.
Yeah, and then just demolish
him
for a right hand.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. But you think about it, that's Tyson Fury's fight. He can like throw combos, but his signature move has always been a double jab and right hand, and then head movement in and out. Oh, here I'm here now, and then I'm that way. You know what I mean? And I think that's how Tyson tends to fight. And I think Hughie's a different type of fighter, but you know what it is, right? Is that as much as people love Lennox Lewis, he was another one who didn't like getting it as well. There's a lot of fighters now who talk about the sweet science of the sport, which means my face is not there to be hit, and I want to last long in this sport. That's what they really mean, isn't it?
Yeah. Lennox, listen, I loved Lennox back in the day, but really and truthfully, he would not be the guy that I go and watch the boxing highlights of.
They'll be prepared, yeah, because AJ is gonna be like that. You know why? You know, Lennox, yeah. This is the problem with how I see boxing with heavyweights.
Go on.
Everyone that started crazy. Watch Vladimir Klitschko. Watch Joshua. Watch everyone who started crazy. As soon as they got knocked out, their fighting style changed. Watch Klitschko, yeah, before he got knocked out.
That's what our fight. That's what our fight. That's what our fight. You do what got you to the dance, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
If the event that happens, then you go back to the drawing board. It's the first thing you do.
Yeah,
you can't go back to the drawing board.
What I'm trying to say is Lennox as well was very, 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 very attacking to begin with.
It was.
Then
until about maybe 1990.
No, as soon as he got knocked out. As soon as he got knocked out.
Yeah.
You're talking about heavyweight fighters. I think with heavyweight fighters is that there's a level of punishment that only they can actually take because you're getting hit by.
I'm not taking anything away from anyone. I'm just saying, like, they fight that way because Lennox had to change his way because he felt, you know what? I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to be there again.
Heavyweight knockouts.
That's why I'm giving Joshua the credit too. I'm giving Joshua the credit by saying, he's going to fight like this. Get prepared. He's going to fight like this. If he really wants the championship, he is.
The problem is, Will, though, he can't fight like that against Tyson Fury.
No.
He has to. He has to go away and take Tyson Fury's heart from out of his chest.
No. He will do it. He will try. As soon as he gets hit, he will He will revert to type. He will revert back to type and think, you know what? Whoa! I didn't think he could punch that hard.
If
never knocked anyone out.
His game plan is based on boxing, he loses that fight before he steps in.
The thing about it is that he's got to be do the situation is that he's got to take Tyson Fury by surprise.
He has to.
And the thing is, Tyson Fury doesn't expect AJ to actually cut
first. You know.
Of course, he got, and I do understand it. That's where we're going to analyse it as well. But I think what's happening is if we're looking at a future Tyson Fury AJ fight, he's got to be quick with hand and foot in there. You know what I mean? And he has to be prepared to take. He has to win that jab battle against Tyson Fury. Because Tyson Fury could easily jab without throwing a right hand and win that fight. Look what happened 2 weeks ago when Dubois and Joyce. Joyce won on the jab. Dubois was winning that fight and was ahead of my card, but ultimately the jab won it for Dubois. The week later, in the light heavyweights, the jab of Lyndon Arthur won that fight against Anthony Yarde. You've got to realise, right? People think
Like slowed down in the second half of that fight.
Yeah, but people don't realise the jab. When you get jabbed, it hurts.
It
When
hurts.
a big man is jabbing you, it's actually is. And because what's happened is that when you look at when you're marked up with a jab, and you get all that pain, blah blah. The first thing you can think about is, oh bloody hell! If his jab is hurting me, then the right hand's going
What's the right hand
take
in
me
the
out.
jab? 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. The jab is the most underrated shot in all of combat sport.
That's why I like
Trust
some
me.
of the switch. That's why I like some of the switch fighters in boxing, like Oscar De La Hoya and a few other lefties who actually fought right-handed. So their jab hand was their actual strong hand. So do you get what I'm saying? So he caught you with that. That's why Oscar was a great left hooker. Yeah, people never knew Oscar was actually left-handed. He fought right-handed with the orthodox stance. Yeah, jabbed with his right, and then if you got into trouble, left hook came in. Crazy. Yeah. Stance.
If you go back even further, you Razor Ruddock, he had his signature punch was a long lead, which looked like a jab. It was actually when he turned his shoulder, it was actually a jab come left hook, which took you off your feet because he threw it from such a long range, and then he turned his shoulder, and it became like a left hook, which you didn't really see coming, and that's what took man out.
Nice
Okay.
little history there.
Well, moving up the card, I think this is your long lost village cousin Chig. Is Lawrence Okoli. It was supposed to be. It's Lawrence Okoli.
The only Evo
That intro, Ola, I swear down, you.
the only Evo.
Bruh, he's unbeaten. He's unbeaten in 14. Supposed to be fighting for the vacant WBO cruiserweight versus Glowacki, who tested positive for COVID.
Yeah, Glowacki.
And now he's fighting on Jawiski.
Yes, right. Yeah.
I don't want to be killing names out here. Jaziski. That's it. Who's ranked outside the top 15? Do you want to go on this first, Chris? Because this is your long lost cousin, fam. You know what I mean? They're coming from Ghana, from Norway. They're coming from everywhere, brother. Talk to me.
Oh God.
He's an interesting one because for some reason I know I'm supposed to like him. I don't. I find him quite a crude boxer to watch. Personality wise, there's nothing wrong with him. But in terms of boxing wise, I'm not a huge fan. But he has this trigger of a right hand. And that's what gets him by. Do I expect him to become a world champion tomorrow? Of course. Like you say, you can't even say the name of the person that they brought in to fight for this title. So I expect him to pick up this title. Do I expect him to, because he's talking all this talk about going up to heavyweight and doing things at heavyweight and almost being the British Deontay Wilder. I don't see that. I don't see that. I think one thing that I think people underestimated with Wilder is I think Wilder had a better jab than Okole. I don't particularly rate Okole's game. I'll be honest with you. Not a huge fan. The only thing that makes me support him is the fact that he's my people. So I have to support him. But other than that, there's nothing about him. He's just not a favorite fighter. He isn't. He just isn't. But he's got a right hand. And while he can knock out anyone, I expect him to at least get by and become a world champion. So we'll see.
This is your chance to to kill off Chig's long lost village cousin.
And
Three, I don't rate him.
no, and I'll actually try and big him up rather than do what Chick did. Throw him to the fucking bus, throw him under the fucking bus. Well, I personally think he's a powerful guy.
Yeah.
And if, let's just say, you get in a ring with him and then you feel his power, what's the first thing you're going to do?
You'll back up, for sure.
Or you smother him. His coach said something. I was listening, and his coach said something about the problem with him is, everyone he fights, even in sparring or whatever it is, as soon as they feel his power, they all want to smother him. It's like they all want to have a cuddle with him. Makes him look awkward. Makes him look like he can't fight because they know what they've just felt. Yeah.
And he doesn't have the skill to avoid it.
Well, that too. But do you get what I mean? So for me, I give him that credit of he's a scary guy. They're scared of him when they feel his power. Because watch everyone who's actually fought him. Who was the highest one we rated? Was it Chamberlain or what was?
Yeah, it was Isaac Chamberlain. Yeah, it was a domestic dust that. I think
demolition.
I think Okolie, his reach and the right hand really sort of softened Chamberlain up. Because I know like they had a bit of beef beforehand. I thought Chamberlain just couldn't get near him. You know what I mean?
I think. I mean, the Chamberlain one, to be honest, it was the performance I was most impressed with. But other than that,
do you know why? Do you know why you were impressed with that one? Just to cut you off. Sorry, just to cut you off.
Because Chamberlain tried to smother him.
No. Chamberlain tried to play pride first, so we saw the beating before when he saw this ain't working. I'm gonna smother him. Yeah. Chamberlain is a big name himself, so we saw the pride first, and that's what you get with bigger fights. Bigger fighters was try and stand there with him and go, no, I want to fight him. These guys who are no-namers feel like, yo, this fight's over. Shit, I just want to cuddle. Come on, come here. Let me try and cuddle you, or let me stay away from you. And that's when he looks awkward and he looks crazy. Yeah, I think if you give him someone who's got the pride enough to stand there with him and trade with him, we'll see a better fight.
Yeah, but I think a fighter's not going to beat him. I think a boxer will beat him. I generally think that.
But who's going to... The point is, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Maybe,
definitely. But if you
maybe his punches are different.
Thing.
But is there anyone out there in the cruiserweight division that can do that, though?
Yeah.
There's no one really... Cruiserweight division's dead, man.
Usyk can beat him.
I think Usyk could beat him, yeah. But would Usyk drop back down?
Yeah, but Usyk... I don't know, man. If he gets beaten up a few times, he might go bridgeweight.
Yeah, a few times, yeah.
No, but it depends. If they bring out this super cruiserweight division
that's what you just said. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
That's what you just go bridgeweight.
Yeah, but what about this Glowacki that he was supposed to be fighting that tested?
I think that'd be a match. That'd be a big test for him, and I think because this guy Glowacki is a high top level fighter. And another thing as well is that he will be prepared to eat one of his right hands. I know you don't know you've been hit, but he's got a big skill set to cause Lawrence some really big problems. And I think it's just a shame that we're not going to know anything about Lawrence when he's in trouble because of who he's fighting. Because he's not actually fighting, but you never know. Late substitutes are the most dangerous because I don't think he's actually had time to study.
You don't know him, yeah. So you never know.
Okay. Let's move on to the main event. AJ versus Pulev. This is the one that we're here for. Ring walk is supposed to be around 10:30, according to bookmakers, because those are the guys that I follow. You know what I mean? For the time, they know the time. You know what I mean? People are putting money on it. They're closer to the time than most. So they're saying the ring walk is in and around 10:30. Yeah, go on.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Now, before we go into the fight, I thought you'd like to see the weigh-in, because this was interesting.
I saw it. It's brilliant, wasn't it?
Like, what the heck? Where did this come from? But yeah, look, this is what happened in the weigh-in.
Last-ditch attempt to get inside the head of the champion. Can he do it, Darren? Wow, this is fire. It's going off in the crowd. AJ really talking to each other. I wasn't expecting this, Chris. Pulev really means business here.
It's been bubbling since yesterday, mind you. Like AJ kept like staring daggers at him. So that's 239.7 from Pulev.
Yeah, I was fired up.
240.8 pounds. 240.8 pounds. I wasn't expecting this, Chris. Pulev really means business here. AJ, you don't often see him fighting like this, but he really got the up here. I think he was trying to calm Pulev down and didn't get the reaction that he wanted. And in return, he's got the up here. Get through the barriers.
You keep going, by the way.
Oh, they came back.
Yeah, bro.
Goddamn.
This was proper beef, and yeah, AJ did not like what Pulev said. I actually know what Pulev said to him.
And he's talking with real malice.
But I like this from
Talking the
Pulev.
hardest.
I like it. Honestly, I couldn't help but think, you know what? I like this. Like you're talking about Tyson, I'm here, motherfucker. I'm here.
Yeah, I think. Do you remember Pulev's got a history of this anyway? I know he was very annoying in his weighing with. I know there was a trouble. Well, everyone has problems with Chisora. That he, you know, remember the head to head, and I'm sure there was some previous problems. As well.
So maybe it's the tactic then. Okay, cool.
No, I think what Pulev was telling him, look, I like you, but I'm a better fighter than you, and I'm going to beat you. I'm going to take your title away from you. Blah blah. And Joshua, I think
the jury came out and also like, what's this?
No, I think as Will said, the manufacturer Joshua didn't come out, but the actual Joshua from North Watford came out. I think the North Watford guy came out, and so he was very aggressive. And he used some swear words and used the P word that we like using. Us boys like.
He said, "I'm going to knock you out."
Other me, the P word. Yeah, use that word. I won't use that because there's women around. But yeah, use that quite surly words.
So yeah, I mean, it was interesting to watch.
That's a wild weighing, and it makes the fight all the more interesting.
Of course.
You know, people that probably weren't interested in the fight before will see that type of weighing and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm staying up and I'm gonna watch that. And look, at the end of the day, Pulev is doing what he has to do to get paid and eat good. And you know, because he still knows AJ probably still is the A side and he's gonna take, you know, the lion's share of the purse. Look, Pulev comes in at 28-1, 14 KOs. AJ comes in at 23-1, 21 KOs. Like big hunks. How do you see this moving?
Well, I think the thing about it is that both fighters are light on their feet. AJ obviously ever since you know, June the 1st last year, you know, when everyone's saying like that he had too much muscle, and sometimes your muscles when you're in a long distance run, when you even do long distance running, a big guy like me, when I do road running, I know my muscles need a lot of oxygen because of a muscle bound, and I think AJ as well is too muscle bound, and I think what's happened right is that ever since then he's been light on his feet, but so is Pulev as well. He's a 39-year-old man, so he wants to be nimble on his feet. He wants to be dancing around, and he wants to have the movement and hand and foot, and to get that jab off. So I think that both fighters are definitely going to go in light. Pulev is a very typical. Eastern European fighter, if you don't mind me saying so. He's very upright. It's a jab, and then right hand. You know what I mean? And he's going to want to get that off when he fights tomorrow. And then once he sees Joshua's hurt, he's going to move in and try and smother him and get on his chest and cut off his room. But if you look at everyone says every fight's different, but how Klitschko did it, Klitschko let Pulev get into his head, so Klitschko started off aggressive. But when he actually, like I said, boxed in that first round, it was a long lead left hook that done him. Although Klitschko pushed him over whilst he was a bit dazed. But Pulev was susceptible to that punch. Every time Pulev was put down in that fight, it was a left hook. But it wasn't a left hook close in. It was from a long range where he got him back, and then that eventually knocked him out. And I think in terms of AJ, he has to look at. He's obviously the straight right hand is his favourite punch, but surprise him by seeing if you could get some left hooks in. Don't just do the normal like European style jab, right hand, then maybe, and then left hand rather than left hook. Look for those left hooks because he doesn't like them. Pulev doesn't like that. He doesn't like. He isn't going to like having a fight at range. He'll like to do it when it's at his pace, but he ain't going to want to do it at AJ's pace. That's the way to beat this guy. Fight at your pace and your tempo, but the lead left hand, left hook is going to be the one that's going to finish the fight. Seriously, this guy don't like that, and no fighter since Klitschko has actually tested him that. You know what I mean? He's happy to take a right hand. He's happy to take body shots, but the lead left hand, no, don't like that.
Yeah.
William, talk to me. I know this is your arch nemesis. I know how you feel about AJ, but on this fight, isolate this fight. Forget everything that's coming, everything that's been done. This fight in isolation.
All right.
Break it down.
I'm gonna make it as simple as possible. I know this is heavyweight boxing and that, so I take that into account when I say when you're 39 years old. Yeah, personally for me, you're there to be beaten. So anything else is a bonus. You're there to be knocked out in the heavyweight. And when you're 39 years old, you're there to be knocked out. So anything else you do from that point on is a bonus. So for me, with that being said, it's AJ's fight to lose. AJ should win this fight. But we all know what 2020 has been like.
But do you expect him to go and fight a tactical fight, or you expect him to go all guns blazing and try and knock him out in the first couple rounds?
I think he'll try in the first couple of rounds because first off, he's going to have the element of feeling like I'm back home. Do you get what I mean? And he's back home. Because the first time adversity happened, he wasn't at home. So he'll feel confident enough for him to pressure, for him to try and make the fight happen. Now,
to be fair to him as well, the first time adversity happened, he said he wanted to go back to the spot where the adversity happened and correct the adversity, even though people were pushing for it to come home and do the rematch at home where it's comfortable. He says, no, I'm going to go back outside my comfort zone, go back over there and get it done.
He said that, but it didn't happen. If you wanted it to happen, it would have happened. But that's besides the point.
No, I'm just saying. Because you bringing up the adversity away from home. So I'm just putting that. I'm just saying.
He's big enough. He's big enough to know if he said that and he wanted that to happen, that would have happened. He's a big enough fighter that would have happened. If Mayweather won something, it happens. So, and he was the next after Mayweather. So don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me nothing about that. Yeah. So going back to what I was saying, I feel like it's his fight to lose. He should win this fight easily. It should come as no surprise if Joshua knocks him out early. And him being at home as well, I feel he's going to start super aggressive. And it's up to Pulev to catch him. It's up to Pulev to catch it. But I feel like with Pulev's style of fighting, with him being 39, it's dangerous when you're fighting someone like Joshua. Do you get what I mean? Because he takes a few to get in. And for me,
it does take him a while to get going.
that's what I'm saying. And for me, you don't give someone like Joshua that kind of an early start. As the champion himself found out, even though I feel like he was like way out of shape, Klitschko, you don't give young buck early start at all. He would, because he will catch up to you. It doesn't matter what you do in the middle of the fight, he will catch up with you again because he's put a clock in. He's put a miles in already. So just start quick. So hope Pulev starts quick. But like I say, it's Joshua's fight to lose for me, from my perspective.
Cheek?
Yeah, I think for me, I've always thought the same thing. AJ round 6, knockout. I feel like, in my personal opinion, very similar to Kenny Can. I hope I don't offend people when I say this. I do think Pulev is a very typical Eastern European fighter. I don't think he has an amazing amount of power. I think he's very sturdy. I think he overwhelms you with a lot of body shots. And, he's clearly very good on the inside. The only problem is, I think he's tailor-made for AJ. It's tailor-made. As soon as this fight came up 3 years ago. People forget that. And I think AJ would have beaten him 3 years ago.
And battered him. Would have battered him.
I don't think, regardless of, I know Will's very skeptical about AJ. Even will tell you AJ's better now than he was 3 years ago. So I feel like for me, I don't see how Pulev, unless he catches him.
That's the only way. You're right.
Unless he catches him with a free shot, continue to put pressure on him. To me, he's not like Povetkin. Povetkin, for me, has always had that concussive power. So that's why, really and truthfully, the Dillian Whyte result shouldn't have surprised anyone. Because yes, although Dillian Whyte put him down twice before the knockout, Povetkin just has that scary power. I don't think Pulev has that same power, but I do think he's very strong. I do think he's very sturdy, but I do think he needs time to be able to get you in a position where he can overwhelm you. And I take Will's point about him being 39, but we've seen older boxers, to be fair. I like how motivated he seems. I like his interviews. I've watched all his interviews this week. Comes across as a really kind of nice guy, actually. Just determined to be a champion. And I can only respect that. But I just think, for me, he's a stepping stone. I also, whilst I like the fact that he's wound up AJ, I don't think it's a good idea he's wound up AJ. I feel like you don't want AJ focused on you. Let him be focused on Tyson Fury. That's not your business. As long as you are focused on beating him, I think that's the main thing. And I think now that he's wound him up, I do worry a little bit how vicious this knockout will be for him. But I think it will be round 6, AJ.
But the wind up can work both ways.
It can work both ways, but
it can work because if you start tense, if AJ starts tense, the fight's over.
I've never seen AJ in his fight career where he's been wound up. Dominic Brazil,
Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is the main one you need to.
Okay, the Dillian Whyte one though, I'll take that out because that one was personal.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that if anyone was doing the winding up in the Dillian Whyte fight, it was AJ trying to wind Dillian up.
Yeah,
AJ's the one who's sticking his tongue out to him, saying, you want some, you want some.
And that one's personal.
And remember he hit him on purpose after the bell, and he actually, not just the 3rd round, but he actually did it the round before he knocked him out on the 6th round, where he's hit Dillian after the bell. So
but I don't think AJ fights emotional though. Would you say that?
Yeah, I think what Kubrat
Pulev is trying to do is that he wants AJ to have his hands down. He wants AJ to engage with him because he thinks that all you have to do is catch AJ in that sort of that money spot, which I call the money spot. It's not. It's a temple, top of the head temple, which scrambles the brain. He's that's where he thinks, right, I'm going to swing, and I know if I catch him properly, then I'm in battle because there's no way he's going to take that right hand to the top of the head. And I think that's what Pulev wants to do: draw him out of the plane, get him angry, and then maybe just maybe, if I block his punches, I can come out with a surprise punch, bit like what Andy Ruiz did, where Andy Ruiz. I don't think he's got as quick as hand as Andy Ruiz because Andy Ruiz is, and if one thing AJ was talking about as well is that I didn't really notice it until AJ mentioned it, and then I look back on it. European fighters are sort of are very, how do I say, they're like two-step dancers, left right, double jab right, double jab right. But American fighters, it's just a right hand, but it's loads of combinations as well. And I think that's where Joshua's not going to have that worry with Pulev, but he might have that kind of worry if he ever fights Ruiz again. If I was Joshua, whatever you do, don't give Ruiz let him anywhere near you, mate. No way, don't give him a chance, mate. because any fighter like that, he's got speed in both hands that can fight combos. Don't let it happen. Don't let, you know what I mean? Pay him money to stay away from you.
Yeah, I think it's a fair point, and I'm just trying to think of ways that Pulev can win, but I don't see it happening. I think.
Oh yeah, there's always a way. The jab at heavyweight level, especially with that power, the jab discourages fighters from coming forward.
I think Kelly put it best, where she says, for Pulev to win, he has to adopt that Ruiz blueprint, which you just said. The problem is, I don't think he has the hand speed, like you mentioned earlier. So, I don't know. I don't see it. Okay. Before we let you get off there, Kenny Cannon, and we'll start doing a deep dive into MMA. Just a couple of things that I want your kind of opinion on. First and foremost, Mayweather versus Logan Paul.
Disgusting. It's disgrace. The reason why I'm saying it is that the problem is that when you've got a pandemic like this, a lot of fighters are not getting on rosters. They're not feeding their families. They're spending a lot of money on training camps without a fight to go to. And I just think that people like Floyd Mayweather, you had your time, mate. You've made enough money. Let the younger fighters have their time. And these YouTubers as well. You're basically muscling in by bringing your teeny bopper YouTube fans with your million of followers who watch you boil an egg or watch you play computer games, and then you want to be boxers. So which means the guy's done hard yards. He's not getting government grants because they don't see boxing as a proper pastime. Someone like yourself, it's because you've got all that money. You're making more money. I just see it as taking money and food out of proper fighters' mouths. But the trouble is, and I've always said it to you guys on the show, the biggest salary in any sport, especially boxing, is a casual boxing fan. The casual boxing fan does not give a damn about the fighter who fights in the village halls or fights in the boys' clubs, club fighters or the amateur fighters. They couldn't give a damn about that person. All they want is the big name. And AJ, I say it with the greatest respect, and Will agree with me on this, AJ is a casual fighter's wet dream. And I say that with great respect because he sells himself, and I think that's the thing. People like us four don't pay boxers' wages. It's a casual boxing fan, so I can see why this fight will get the numbers.
It's a shame because
I've got a problem.
Go on.
I've got my whole reason for it's kind of funny. My whole reason for not respecting Mayweather for all of this is because Logan Paul's coming off a loss anyway. He's coming
By the
off
way,
a loss anyway.
not to anyone either. To
Yeah, to
another
Kusa.
YouTuber.
To a Nigerian.
Saying.
I'm
You know
just
what I'm
saying.
saying?
I'm trying to get Ola in, but Ola's dozing
I know
off
it's
right
switched.
now. Ola's dozing off right now. He's asleep.
Yeah, but
God.
yeah, but as I said before, right? These KSIs and these Deji and Jake Paul and this Logan Paul and this James, whatever they call themselves, and Weller, just get a life, man.
I
Go
know.
back to do what you do best. Go and boil an egg and boil an egg, or do a collaboration where you're playing video games and just stay away from boxing. And go and feed your teeny bopper fans who copy everything you do, and just, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they got a new promoter, Eddie Hearn. They're making money. You know what I mean?
You see, that's the thing with Eddie Hearn, right? Is that Eddie Hearn's just like his dad. Only Barry Hearn, right? Barry Hearn could go to Barney Francis at Sky Sports and get Barney Francis to invest in fishing, angling as a sport, and Barney Francis fell for it. And I think, you know, like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree when it comes to the Hearns. They can say anything, and trouble is, people believe them. They actually know what a casual sports fan wants. They want entertainment. You know what I mean? Entertainment, and that's the thing. WWE, they the Hearns are the Vince McMahons of boxing.
Yeah, they are really. They are.
Let me ask you guys a question. Truly.
Go.
Yeah. With what's on this card, yeah, and what was on last week's card, or
Go and say it's not a pay-per-view card.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bro, why do you think I'm still deciding whether to buy the fight or not? I'm still deciding. If I buy it, it's on the basis of AJ, on the basis of anything else.
Yeah, I think
It's the only reason I'm buying it.
But Eddie Hearn just sold it.
Will's paying half.
I'm not even coming over. I'm telling you now. I'm not coming over.
Will, the thing about it, right? Unless promoters like Hennessy and Frank Warren done up their game, if Hennessy can get his act together and starts putting some decent fights on for Channel 5, if Al Heyman could get off his fat ass and start getting more ITV box office fights, and Frank Warren just ups his gaming level and, treats his fans a bit better, like, because some of the facilities with me and my wife been to with Frank Warren, compared to the luxury that we get with Matchroom, is levels.
Sky's got all the money.
Will.
BT Sports is not too far behind.
Did you say you ain't coming around tomorrow?
Nah,
You know Becky with the good ass coming tomorrow, man. She ain't even breaking COVID rules, blood.
Oh.
Just say.
I'm still not coming around.
Will, all I've got to say, bro, man, is that the casual boxing fan is going to buy that fight and pay £25 because AJ's just a seller. You don't have to buy it. It's not a problem for AJ, and it's not a problem for Sky filling in their schedules, and it's not a problem for like the Hearns. Like, for instance, you know what I mean? Ricky Hatton when he fought, it was an event. It was an event. The whole match that came.
I hate it when we sit down here and like say, our shows are the best, and then we point fingers at the Americans saying they give us crap, whilst we're getting fed this by Eddie Hearns. That's what I hate.
You're always gonna your thing is that you've got to see it this way. You've got to see it this way. At Sky, Barney Francis, he's no longer the head of Sky Sports, but Barney Francis is giving Matchroom all these. He's giving them all their TV shows to one promoter. So I'm not too funny, right? But that promoter is going to fat up all the schedules. It's no getting away from it, Will. It's gonna if I was the head of Sky Sports and I gave you all these dates, you're going to fill it up. I'm not going to get quality all the time, but I'm going to get schedules. I want my viewers to have some boxing to watch.
But there's going to be less pay-per-views until You know how he says you're building fighters? All right, build them. After you build them, you got another year to make them superstars or whatever it is. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a whole year of not having pay-per-views because most of the cards are not worth
I
pay-per-views.
think the trouble is that you've got to realise is that if you go to America, there's a lot of pay-per-view fighters out there. In Britain, the only two pay-per-view fighters who successful pay-per-view fighters has probably been like Anthony Joshua, probably Cole Froch. But David Haye, he's another one. He's probably the best salesman in boxing, but he's had a few pay-per-views. Never deserved them, any of them. But the thing is, he could. David Haye can sell ice to an Eskimo. He could sell a burger. He could sell a burger to the owner of McDonald's. David Haye nearly convinced himself that Derek Chisora was gonna add this new level of skill level at the age of 36 when he fought Usyk. I mean, he's meant to be quick on his feet, so fit. His punches have got more power. Yeah, didn't see that in the fight though, did we?
I know.
That's not Derek Chisora's fault, but Derek. Yeah,
Go on.
all I'm saying is that boxing is all about salesmanship, and if you become in a monopoly with one TV station, you're not always. You'll get away with putting 50% of just pure rubbish.
But you gotta think. Sky has got something bigger than what BT Sports has got or ITV has got. Sky has got Sky Movies, Sky this, Sky that, and they advertise shows all the time, and people watch that all the time. So people get to see or get to be advised about what fights are happening.
I couldn't be more wrong. I thought that when you looked at it, right?
Yeah.
The whole of boxing was talking about Dubois choice, and that's the only time that Frank Warren hasn't really had to promote the fight. But the better fight was last week. That was a much superior. That should have been built up such a time that I think there was a lot of people who weren't boxing fans that didn't even know that Yard was fighting.
I didn't know till today.
And I knew about it a long time ago because I've been following both fighters. And I was thinking that's where probably Frank's got up his game. Because
a lot of these, you also got to think about this, Kennigan. A lot of these guys are even cancelling shows this year because they don't have enough money to even put the shows on.
Yeah, I know. I think Frank, that date that Yard and Arthur got was actually Tyson Fury's date.
You know what I'm saying?
Tyson Fury's actually meant to fight that date, and that was his actual date. It was going to be like pay-per-view. And I think, because I'm going to leave you guys in a minute, but what I will say is that don't take it for guarantee, or don't think you're guaranteed to get an AJ Fury fight. Tyson Fury's not going to stick around too long. He's only going to. I don't see Tyson Fury fighting in 2022. So if he feels he's getting messed about by AJ, Eddie Earn, or Frank Warren, or Top Rank and do the job, you may never see that AJ Fury fight. I'm warning you guys for warning you guys, because Tyson Fury's got issues with his mental health.
Well, he's got 2 fights on the deal.
Right,
So,
he might have a 2-fight deal, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be fights against AJ.
yeah,
I'm just warning the British public with everything. If AJ doesn't, if this fight doesn't get made in 2021, it's not going to happen, because I don't see Tyson Fury wanting to stick around. I don't think he loves I don't think he likes boxing anymore. He doesn't like the harassment.
I don't think he likes the attention boxing gives him, which is ironic, given that he's such a big character. But you can see he looks really uncomfortable when he suddenly gets a lot of attention.
Yeah, it's like when he won that fight to Deontay Wilder. It's like he forced himself to be happy, but that's not a well man. That's not a well man mentally.
No.
But I get your point. But I still feel like he will fight Joshua, because he has said a few times that's the biggest fight.
Words are cheap, mate. Words are cheap in boxing. You know this. You've been watching boxing.
I know.
As long as
I know.
a fighter's word, a fighter's word, is not as. I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people think that promoters and boxers are priests because they think that what they say is going to happen. It just doesn't happen, mate. Injuries, COVID-19, and some fighters just want to preserve their records or legacies.
I know. Tell that boy over there.
Hola. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you because I know you've got some great UFC to sort out.
I got one thing to say to you before you leave, though. Frank Warren. The reason why he didn't promote that fight was because he was still suffering off Dubois. He didn't know what happened. He didn't expect that to happen.
The trouble is that you've got to realise, right? Dubois will come with good again. Dubois got a lot, but the trouble is that I think that he took the knee, but we did it for a good reason. I think the trouble in boxing is that there's too many people who are I told you so's, especially ex-professional fighters and people analysing the fight, trainers and blah blah. Like if you notice, right, when Dubois and Joyce fought, people like Ben Davison and all these other trainers hedging their bets. I don't really want to say. I get on with Martin, and I like Sam. He's a nice guy. And then when the fighter loses, I told you, I always thought that they blah 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 wasn't that great. Utter bullshit, isn't it, guys? Dubois. I think what people tend to forget, everyone's slagging off Dubois because they say he took the knee and blah blah. He got cut across. He was up on winning a split decision before that injury. People seem to forget that because he took the knee and he had to do it for injury.
What do you think?
Yeah, I was one of those people, admittedly, and I took it back straight away because I then found out it was an orbital fracture. And soon as man told me it was orbital fracture straight away, I was like, you know what? Yeah, took that back because I thought, bro, like you said, was winning the fight. Like, why did he do that? Because one eye is closed, like you still got punching power there to knock out man. But
and another thing is what
orbital fracture can do that too.
His trainer, him and his trainer knew what the situation is. His trainer knew that he worked the last levels, and it was like a case of one more round, just giving one more round. And his trainer was going to said, probably after the fight, he's going to pull him out of the 10th. But I think the thing with fighters taking a knee and everything, right, is that I think when we got to realise one thing, fighters are not doctors. They'll say, I'll go out of my shield and you've got to carry me out of there. Yeah, they should say that. You know what I mean? They haven't got PhDs or like professor of medicine. They're fighters who, let's just face it, mate, it's pretty humiliating, right? To be on your back in front of 50,000 people. I mean, if someone knocked me out like that, I wouldn't be able to face you guys if I got lost the fight.
But this is why I love Deontay Wilder. That's right. That's why I love him. He's a stupid one. He's stupid for us.
Well, I think before I go, I'm going to say something because I've got to leave now in a minute. You're a Tyson Fury fan, and that's why you will never have Anthony Joshua. You wouldn't have him for dinner, breakfast, lunch, or even for a snack.
Not even saying hello to my kids.
Your biasness shines like a beacon.
Exactly. Exactly.
I wear it proud.
At least you admit it. At least you admit your bias towards Tyson Fury.
No.
No, against AJ.
Yeah, but you're such a Tyson Fury fan. It's unbelievable. You know what I mean? But let me tell you something now. You ain't gonna stick around forever.
I know. But we will fuck Joshua before we leave if we have to. If we don't, we're still good.
It's we now. It's we. It's just I said, biasness is running through your veins. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure.
No problem.
Big guns. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Hey,
we love you, brother.
Remember, there's a big fight. Remember, I'm always available.
Yes, you are.
Of
Speak
course.
to you soon, guys. Now go and talk about your play fighting. Bye.
Oh my God, big guns! You did just do that.
No.
Oh shit! No, you know what? It's always nice having big gunks around. You know what I mean? You come around, lay down some gems, on some fighters and things. So you know what? For me, from hearing all of that and all your predictions, I see 3 Nigerian men getting their hands raised with some belts tomorrow night. It's gotta be worth $24.95. You know what I mean? Pay for it. William, come join me tomorrow. You know what I mean? We go drink that proper 12 together and enjoy the
I'll
fight.
come
Man.
when it's
Come
done.
on,
I'll
man.
come after the fight's done.
You dickhead. Okay. You know what? Let's fly through the main card of 256 real quick. There's some really good fights on the prelim, the 256 prelims. We got Cobb Swanson. He's fighting Daniel Pineda on there. Mackenzie Dunn. She's fighting Jandiroba. That's a big one. Gavin Tucker, Billy Quarantillo. What up?
Chig,
Well,
No, I want to do the main card. I'm just flying through.
I know.
Yeah, got him released.
Ostrowich is out.
yeah, I know.
That will come under current events, man.
Oh.
You know what I mean? we were going to do Rumble Johnson as well. Come on,
Okay,
why are you being fast, bro? Let's, you
Okay,
know what I mean? Come on, dog.
I know.
Current events.
It's Chig's girl, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah.
Tisha Torres fighting Sam Hughes as well. That's another good fight. I expect Tisha Torres to take that. Billy Quarantino, Gavin Tucker. I just mentioned that just now. So that's the prelim. The prelims is going to be lit. If you guys love like some firefights, you're going to find it in the prelims. I promise you that. Right. Going on to the main card. Let's fly through the. Oh yeah. Before we go into the main card, last week's points. William and Chig actually flew out with flying colors. I know William been waiting all day to hear about this shit. He's on 42 points. I'm on 34 points, and Chig has progressed to 28 points. So we got 2 more fight weeks left for the year for the winner of the thing to claim the prize. It's looking like William right now, unless there's a miracle over the next 2 cards. You know what I mean? I don't think I got enough time to catch him. I might catch him actually. What? He's only 8 points ahead. We still got 12 points to claim. So we'll see. I'm gonna try anyways, man. You know what I mean? There's 12 points available, and he's only 8 points ahead. So I'm still in the title race. You know what I mean? Shit. Right. Main card.
Now I have to say bye to you, Chig. This is where we have to say bye.
Only 12 points available, man. So the main card, JDS. Yeah.
That is mathematically.
It's over. Yeah, man. So
hold on.
The first, yeah. If you want to.
By the way, you should
bring it up.
Yeah.
I know you're about to say. By the way, we should.
No, because I just realized he did it already. That's why I just stopped myself.
Right. JDS
Cyril Gang. Cyril 6-0. JDS 21-8. Rosenstrike turned off his TV the last time. I mean,
where is JDS? Oh,
this should be the first fight.
It's in the first fight on the main card.
First fight on the main card.
You only talk about main cards, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I just ran through the prelims earlier on, and we just fly through the main card, do a couple current events, and get the hell out.
Wow, Chig sounds like he wants to go through the prelims as well.
No. I was just checking because I know Ola mentioned that he wanted to touch on it, but no problem.
He's already touched. He's already touched.
Already touched. All right.
Yeah. you ain't with the program.
I was too busy trying to get the thing up. Right, here we go.
Get with the program.
JDS Cyril Gang. There you go. Those are the 2 guys. Yeah, I mean, look at that brother, man. You know what I mean? God damn, man. People been turning up JDS they've been turning his lights out lately, man. You know what I mean? For right off the back, I'm going with Cyril, man. You know what I mean? I don't know if JDS got that chin no more, man.
Viva la France.
The only thing I would say is, let's be real here. With UFC actively looking to cut people, what we're basically saying here is JDS is fighting for his career. Let's be
yeah. You know, he is. Because, you know, it's not getting... You know what dinner's like. You're not getting any younger. You're getting knocked out. Like, you don't like them type of things there. So it's almost like a mercy cut, if you like, when he does it like that. So I don't know. Who knows? JDS might come through with this, but I don't see it. This guy knocked out Tanabosa, and we know what Tanabosa been doing this year. Tanabosa has been on fire this year, man, and this guy sparked him out. So I'm going with Cyril Gain, man. You know what I mean?
Looks like built like a brick shit house. I'm definitely going with him. This guy.
Viva la France.
Cyril Gain.
Do we have a full house?
Viva la France.
Okay, we have a full house. Right, on to the next fight.
It's Mr. Holland versus Mr. Souza, who essentially
So Jacare Souza
Holland.
and Kevin Holland.
Holland.
Oh, Will's going Holland.
Yeah, I did.
Jig?
Yeah, I'm going Holland. I think Souza is another one that's going to be cut very soon, to be honest.
His last fight was to Jan Blachowicz as well at 205. So, losing to Jan, went up, lost, came back down. He's just trying to find himself at the moment.
Hasn't he lost like the last two though?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to find himself, man. He just can't get to that title. Every time he gets near it, he gets lit up. So it's not happening for him at the moment. Okay, moving on to the next fight. Renato Moicano and Rafael Fiziev. Renato Moicano, Rafael Fiziev. Renato 14-3. Fiziev is 8-1. Last win for Renato is Adajovic and Rafael. He did beat Diakise. I was expecting Diakise to win that night. I don't know what happened to my man.
It's not on this card.
It should be. It was.
I don't know if it's
on
today, but it's not on this website.
No. All right. Well, we're going to pick anyways. We know these two fighters. I'm straight going Fiziev. If it doesn't happen, then it's probably fall off, but it's still on the website.
I'm going
the official UFC website.
Yeah, I'm going Moicano.
Yeah, you say it's on the website. I'm looking on the website.
Yeah, I'm on the UFC app, the proper UFC thing.
What do you think I'm using? This is literally UFC.com.
No, not you. No, the app itself, not the UFC.
I'm on about the app. The UFC app. I pay $6.99 for that service with 5 pass on it.
You might want to stop paying.
Yeah. So, Will, you going Moicano?
Yeah.
Even
though he let me down a few times, motherfucker.
I'm gonna go with Fiziev. I'm gonna go with Fiziev. Chig?
I'll go with Fiziev.
You go with Fiziev. Okay. And the main. Coleman. Not the main yet. Coleman.
CC.
Wait,
Tony
so
Ferguson.
Really bypass Mackenzie Dern then? Because Mackenzie Dern is
that was in the prelims. That I mentioned Mackenzie Dern is fighting Jandiroba.
So it's on the main card here. So
so they've moved it. So what did they put it on the main card? Maybe Renato Moicano fell off and they've moved it to the main card. I don't know. Because people been falling off cards like flies.
Yeah, it's COVID, isn't it? What can you say?
Yeah, it happened last week. So yeah, let's do that one. Let's do that one because these two are going to be in my official bonus picks tonight. So Mackenzie Dern, Jandiroba, any of these two girls is capable of winning performance of the night. Like literally, any of these two girls are capable of it. These two are soldiers. Mackenzie Dern, we know she don't ramp. She be beating up her husband. You know what I mean? Don't mess with her. You know. And Jandiroba, big submission artist. These two are gonna go at it, and they're gonna be looking for that 50 Gs. So I'm gonna go with Jandiroba.
Oh, I don't want to bet against my girl. I'll go with my girl. I'll go with my girl, not confidently.
Come on, man.
I'll go with Mackenzie Dern. I'm a bit surprised that Dana's matched them up. But because this seems like this Jandiroba seems like what Mackenzie Dern wants to be.
Bro, Jandiroba's been there. She's seen it. She's done it, man. Jandiroba's like Barcelos. She's the unranked. She's like the Kimaev, the really unranked girl that nobody really wants to fight because they're gonna lose their ranking. She's one of them people. You know what I mean? She like Barcelos, man. So
But they're both submission specialists. Oh, I'll go with Mackenzie Dern. But I also know that.
Oh, Chink's making me laugh. When it comes to girls, yeah, when Chink's picking, he's just, oh my god.
Yes, I go with my heart.
So you going with Dern, yeah?
Yeah, I know deep down there's no trust. I know.
Will?
I will go with Jandiroba.
Okay. Right. Anything else on that card that's been moved on? So we're good to go to the co-main, yeah?
I've changed my mind so many times in this fight. So many.
Right.
times.
Right off the back, I'm not even gonna play. Right. Tony Ferguson, 26-5, lost to Justin Gaethje. We know that. We know about that fight. Charles Oliveira, 29-8, mad record. He beat up Kevin Lee. 2 wins by the way of knockout for Charles Oliveira. 3 wins by the way of knockout for Tony Ferguson. But we both know these guys aren't going to be looking for the knockout. We know these guys are going to be looking for Darcy's, rear naked chokes. They're going to be looking for all sorts, right? William, we know how you feel about El Kukui, but this is Oliveira we're talking about, blood. Stop playing. Talk to me.
I'm still going with my Kukui, man. I'm El Kukui all the way. I know he's done. I know what everyone's saying, but like
no. I ain't saying he's done. The El Kukui is El Kukui, blood. I ain't saying he's done. I just said to you, we know what they're going to be looking for. They're going to be looking for Darcy. The man's looking for redemption right now. You know what I mean? So I'm not one of those people that's saying he's done. I respect him highly. I just think he's a little bit stupid sometimes. That's all. You know what I mean? But it don't mean it don't mean I don't respect him. I respect what he brings to the table, man. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna stick with Oliveira as well. I must admit I've changed my mind a few times. I feel like this is a horrible style matchup for El Kukui. And I just think I'm actually surprised he said yes to this. I'm very surprised. This Oliveira is a guy that no one really wants to fuck with. Yes, I know he lost 8, but I just feel like we need a real polished stand-up guy to beat him. And I don't.
You know how much I love Khabib. I wouldn't even trust Khabib with Oliveira. That's how scared I am of that guy.
All kinds of problems. Why do you think Khabib's clever? No, I'm out. But I'm still. But if Ferguson somehow wins, then I might face him because he's confident beating Ferguson. He wouldn't be confident beating Oliveira.
No, Oliveira is posing a whole different level of questions, man. And yeah,
I've changed my mind a few times, but I'm sticking with Oliveira now to beat
Ferguson. I'm with you on this one, Chick, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with Oliveira. Oliveira's on the come up right now, man, and people better start showing some respect for his come up. You know, people gonna start understanding that this guy is dangerous. He's as dangerous as they come in the division. You know, so yeah, Oliveira, man, Oliveira all the way. And the main event, Figueiredo
versus Monorero.
Brandon Moreno, 17-5. His last win was against Brandon Royval.
His guy.
His last win was against Brandon Royval. Figueiredo, last win against Perez. You man tried to draw me out when I was trying to talk up Perez the last time. You know what I mean? But this time, I'm alright with Moreno. I think Moreno is coming for that strap. I knew Moreno's coming for that strap, man. You know what I mean? He's on a free fight. He's on a free fight win streak.
20 quid on that?
And Figueredo is on a 5-fight win streak.
20 on it? This guy
20 on what?
Chick.
20 on it.
I will do 20 on the Mackenzie Dern and Jandiroba, blood.
Chick, relax.
If you want.
No.
I'll do 20 on that Jandiroba Mackenzie Dern.
No,
if you want.
because you heard me say reluctantly I will pick Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah, this is reluctant. I'm not fully going against Figueredo like that, man. Come on, blood. You know what I mean? Like, come on, what you think I don't respect Figueredo's abilities? I'm not disrespecting Figueredo out here.
Then
you know what? I'll go 10 with you if you go 10 on the other fight.
what? Not in the Dern fight.
Why not? You think I'm rolling the dice with you on
I
this?
don't believe in Dern like that.
No, I don't believe in
Alright,
Come on.
That might do it. That might do it. You never know.
For the sake of argument, let's do it. Come on. For
Yeah.
the sake of argument.
So 10 on each, yeah? All right,
No.
you're in. You're in.
I'm confident Figueroa will bail me out.
But have you guys seen, like, I know Ola put me on Moreno, yeah, and I watched his things. Yo, the guy's dangerous, you know.
Moreno is a different cat. You see, this is why. Remember when Figueredo first won the title, Will, and you were saying, "Oh yeah, they should bump him up, let him go." And I said, "No, I want him to fight a couple man in the flyweight because I know what the man they're capable of. He ain't gonna have no easy ride. If he fights 2 fights, and his fight he's been given the 2 guys that I expected him to. Really, I wanted him to fight Pantoja as well." But he's not going to get Pantoja. So Moreno is like the creme de la creme of what he could fight right now. And I think Moreno is more than capable of getting the job done. But Figueredo is a different animal. You know what I mean? He can knock man out. He can choke man out. He does it in quick fashion. But Moreno is a different cat. And I think he's going to pose different questions and different problems to him. So that's why I'm going with Moreno. You know?
Mm-hmm.
My money is down, Archie. Where's your money?
Archie's got the pressure on you already.
My money is down. We already done the thing, man. The thing is done, man.
Archie's got the pressure on
come on.
Alright.
Come on, blood.
What about yourself? Well,
I'm gonna go with Moreno.
okay, you guys are going for the upset.
Yeah, I'm going with Moreno because how can I say this? I just feel like also like I picked this out from their stare down.
Hold on, Will. Sorry, Will.
Go on.
Before you finish, Chig, if Figueredo wins, it's not like we're discrediting Figueredo or saying Figueredo can't win this because we know what the man capable of. We just say Moreno is going to pose different questions and different problems.
Listen, I will never ever. Mexican fighters are Mexican fighters, bro. And I know that my man is supposed to be, like you say, one of the best flyweights out there. But I just feel like there is absolutely no way that Ferrero gets beat.
Okay. Okay,
William, carry on.
I'm gonna say this again. I was watching their body language, and you know me, I'm very, very big on that. That's where sometimes I pick my stuff from, right? Yo, Moreno is loose as hell. He's loose. He's got no, like, he don't feel nothing. You know, like when they say a fight, you know who he reminds me of? How he's acting and everything. Connor in 145. How he's just loose, like a ghost,
bro. What do we say? Well, the first thing when we see a man start fighting, what do we always say? Well, what the man's loose, you know. The man's loose.
He's loose.
You know what I mean? That man's loose.
So loose. You don't understand. Figueredo is tense, like trying to make him fear him, and the man's showing him love hearts and all that. Yeah, and man saying, "I'm gonna chop your head off," and he's laughing in his face like, "Hey, really? Oh, you really? Okay, let's bump hands." Let's bump hands. We're like kids, right? We're like kids. Are you gonna kill me, right? You're gonna let's just bump hands again. Let's bump hands again. See, he's diffusing all that Figueiredo's bringing. So Figueiredo's coming with that whole demeanor of, I'm gonna kill this guy, but I'll bump your hand. I'm gonna kill this guy, but I'll bump your hand again before we leave. Meanwhile, Moreno's smiling the whole time, showing the crowd love hearts. Like, look. He's got a face on. Look, he's got a mean face. He's trying to scare me. Look at him. Like, so I picking from that, and you know me, I'm big on things like that. I feel like Moreno is very, very loose. So my thing goes with him.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that concludes the main event of 256. So
Now it gets to
we are gonna now pick our bonuses. We're gonna pick our bonuses real quick while I'm writing down.
Please? Can you show the card again, please?
Yeah.
So since Chig is not in the race anymore, anyways, man, you might as well pick first, cause you got nothing to lose, bro.
That's why I said I want to see the thing. My fight of the night is Figueiredo Moreno. That's my fight of the night. That's for stars. Now let me look for performance.
So that's for my second one.
What's taking you so long, William, man?
To be fair to him, it's not going back to where I want it to go to. Hold on.
That's the one that, yeah. Oh, it's not a lot of fights. All right, performance of the night will be Pantoja.
Where did you say Pantoja?
Jandiroba. Why did I say Pantoja? Jandiroba. All has got me thinking Pantoja.
Remember Ben Askren's son? We also got prelims here. Cubs fighting tomorrow.
Renato's fighting.
Yeah, he's fighting Fiziev. So they must have moved them around. On the app, it does say Renato was on the main event.
Yeah.
So, but either way, Chig, you picking?
Why not?
While Chig is waiting, I'm gonna go.
What you mean? I'm ready, motherfucker.
All right, okay.
Fight of the night: Ferguson, Oliveira. Performance of the night.
That's a good one.
Performance of the night. Oh, I'm almost tempted to go down. Just to shut your mouth.
If you get performance of the night on Dern, man, Jesus, I'm me losing a tenner on top of it, I will cry.
He will come dancing here.
I'll go Figueiredo.
Oh, you going Figueiredo for performance of the night, yeah?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to stick with your girl?
No. I was just joking.
All right, okay. Figueiredo. Okay. For me, I'm gonna go with the tried and tested Holland. I think it's just gonna I think it's just gonna light up that boy there, man. Get him the fuck out of there. Holland and Cyril Gain.
Holland and who?
Gani. Like Viva la France.
Good, decent picks. He's made sure he's picked it well away from you. Well,
I know. He's trying to win.
Come on, blood. Why you doing me like that, fam? You're not trying to win. I just try to get close, man. You're far away, man. You already won. You know, it's yours to lose. It's yours to lose, blood.
You're trying to win. I'm
No,
not.
no, no. It's yours to lose.
Illusions. Yeah.
You're-
Yeah.
It's yours to
mine
lose.
That's what I'm saying.
Of course.
And I know everyone beneath me is trying to win. So I ain't playing no games either.
Okay. Couple current events. Rumble Johnson he's been cut by the UFC, and somebody who was saying in the group about the amount of about the amount of money they're being paid by the UFC and all of that. Somebody mentioned that in the group yesterday in regards to that. But he's moved to Bellator, and I did say my boy Corey is going to be waiting for him. You know, and I think Bellator is going to try and put that fight together as quick as they possibly can.
Listen, we're knocking Corey out. We're knocking everybody out in lightweight division. We're coming through. We're bumping heads. We're doing everything we need to do to get us to the prize.
So you're gonna say we now, yeah? Where you know Rumble is Black Zillions, blood. You're just gonna slide in and start going we now, blood. Is that where we're going with it? Fam? Is that where we're going with it? You know how that's Black Zillions.
Let me ask
you know it's Black Zillions, right? What happened to you there, William?
Someone's trying to ring me. Some idiot's trying to ring me.
Right. Well, so ask your question.
No, so where'd you actually rep? Because it's Black Zillions.
I'm international.
It's
blood.
dominance.
We're international out here. We got big umbrella, man. You know what I mean? Come on, blood.
It's ATT.
Bro, come on, man.
Yeah,
you know.
Should I go on? Should I stretch more?
AKA, come on.
Yeah,
Keep going. AKA, come on, man.
On?
We love all the man. We love all the gyms,
Jackson
man. You get
Wink.
me?
Should I go on?
I don't know about Jackson Wink, but he's all right.
That's
He's all right.
the only one you don't fucking like. Out of everybody, that's the only one you don't fucking like. You like everybody else, man.
He's all right. Come on, fam. But yeah, we got a big umbrella. You know what? We support all the fighters, you know. We support most of the fighters. We support most of the fighters, you know, and that's how it's supposed to be. You get me? So when you say Black Zillions like that, you want to come with we, you know what I mean? When I'm talking about,
I'm talking about Rumble Johnson. Fuck everybody else.
All right, but my boy Corey is gonna be waiting for him. Man. You tell me how? Look, hypothetically. Yeah, because Corey is looking at the title at the moment. He's looking at the title fight. He's coming there. He's fought a contender. He's right there, just waiting on the title fight now. Whenever they book that date, but I think with Rumble coming up there now, they're probably going to give him a welcome fight, and then bang. Because you know, Bellator don't play because they love the tournament thing. They do their thing by tournament, right? And I think they're going to try and put that fight together as soon as possible. Should in case it happens, you think Corey getting knocked out?
Yeah, easy.
Chig, what about you? You think Corey getting knocked out as well?
Yeah.
Did you see Corey's last fight?
Yeah.
In Bellator?
Yeah.
Right. So, did you hear what he said?
No.
Basically, I'm doing what got me to the dance. I'm taking man down and keeping man down. That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to be flashy. I ain't trying to be nobody that I...
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on. Let me finish. Then you can ask a question. Let me finish. Yeah, the man said, right, I'm not trying to be flashy. I'm doing what got me to the dance. I'm wrestling the fuck out of everybody here. Nobody around here is on my wrestling level. And that's where we're taking it. And I believe that. Because he feels it was getting manipulated a little bit. They're trying to make him shine the same way they're trying to rough up Curtis Blades. We know what they're trying to do with Curtis Blades. You know what I mean? The same thing, right?
Listen, let me break it down for you. Yeah, and I know why you're saying what you're saying because you thought, Oh, his 2 losses, he got choked out. What happened to the man?
By very good wrestlers that fucks with DC, by the way. One DC, you know what I mean? Carry on.
Yeah, but what happened what happened to the guy who choked him out before he got there? What happened to DC before DC got to that level of choking Rumble out twice? What happened?
Yeah, but Corey is at that level now. That's what I'm saying. Let's not talk about what happened before they got to that
You're
level.
saying Corey's chin is better than
It won't, bro. It's not gonna get. It's not gonna.
No. That's what you're saying. No, that's what you're saying. I'm putting words in your mouth. That's what you're saying. You're saying Corey's chin.
Both of their chins are weak. Bro, they've both been knocked out before. Bro, do we have to go back to DC crying? Do we have to go? I don't want to do that to the man. I didn't want to do that. I did not want to do that.
No,
hey, yo, Chief, he walked right into it. I didn't want to do that.
Go on, bring it.
Corey's never cried after a knockout. Hold on. Corey's never cried after a knockout, blood.
Because he's asleep. Who's put DC to sleep?
Corey never cried after a knockout. I'd rather sleep than cry. How about that? I know which one Corey would choose. I know which one Corey would choose. I know which one Chief would choose. Hey, Chief, I know which one you choose. You'd rather go to sleep than cry, either. You know?
Fam.
Bro, why did you do this to your man? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why he wanted to? He wanted to. I think he would have done John Jones as well. I think he would have dealt with John Jones as well, man, because he hate the fakery that he comes with. You know what I mean? I think he would have dealt with John Jones, but it wasn't to be. You know what I mean? But we are where we are now.
What happened to him? He hates Polish people too. What happened to him?
Look,
just because
we are where we are. Bro, Diego said I had to bring up the crying. I didn't bring up the crying. William brought up the crying. I was gonna leave the crying alone. You know what I mean?
Listen, your man got knocked.
I didn't bring it up. William did.
Your man got knocked out cold. One punch. That's what I'm trying to say. And DC survives. The only reason he couldn't survive was he had John Jones and Stipe on him. John Jones is John Jones. Stipe is a heavyweight. There's 2 different kind of fucking fighters that Corey ain't never faced. Yeah? So Corey gets punched one time and he drops down. Didn't even stay around to get wobbled a bit before taking out. The fuck out of here.
But you're talking about Rumble. So when's the last time you see Rumble fight? When's the last time you see Rumble fight?
Against DC.
Corey's been active.
Yeah,
and you're the one that always coming in here talking about Octagon Rust. You know what I mean? Every time you come in here, now you don't suit your thing. You know, you want to talk about people getting knocked out.
When we did Mike Tyson, what do you call it? What's his name? Roy Jones. Who did I pick?
Bro, I forgot who you pick. It's been that long ago, blood.
I picked Mike Tyson. Did anyone talk about ring rust then?
Nobody was gonna win, blood. Bro,
but we picked anyway, just hypothetically. We picked hypothetically.
It was trying, to be fair. Tyson was trying to finish the thing. It was trying. Royal Jones was just holding on to man. You know what I mean? But it was trying.
Look, there's certain styles of fights, yeah, that when you come back to, you can still fuck up anyway. You can still fuck them up anyway. You can still fuck certain people up. And
okay, we'll see. Look, if that fight happens, we'll cross the bridge with some money. We'll cross the bridge with some money when the fight gets there.
For real.
You know what I mean? So we're not one to duck bets.
When you start stuttering like this, I know I won. When you start stuttering like you
idiot, man.
I know.
Moving on. Rachel Ostovich and the only fight, bro. You seen that meme where man looking back like them thing there? That meme is what I saw. Was it Brendan? I think it was Brendan that was talking. Bro, the man was drooling, blood. Man was drooling. But hold on, tell me, have you been on that OnlyFans, blood?
No. Oh, is she on there?
Hey, yo, Chick, she's Chick, you've been on the OnlyFans, fam. Have you been on Rachel's OnlyFans, fam? Talk to us, fam. What's it like, man? Is it popping? Is it lit? Talk to us about Rachel's OnlyFans, fam.
basically everyone was just like, forget this fighting thing. Go on OnlyFans. You can earn a lot of money. Which, let's face it, she could. She could definitely earn more than she could see. And she was just like saying to everyone, listen, it's none of your concern if I go on OnlyFans or not. No offense to anyone that is on OnlyFans. And, she just said that, she'll be around in the future and she's just going to...
I could hook her up. I know a man that's got OnlyFans management. Basically, he's an agent, and he gets them girl there, the man there on OnlyFans, and they make hella dough. Tiger is what I'm talking about. Yeah, he's got OnlyFans management agency right now, man, and he's recruiting. So anybody that wants to make OnlyFans and I want to make hella wage, go and sign up to Tiger's agency.
Can I ask you a question, Ola? Can I ask you a question, Ola?
What?
Since you're talking like that, yeah, are you got an OnlyFans account? Because you're talking like
no. I haven't.
What?
I won't be paying. I won't be paying on OnlyFans, my friend.
What?
Why would I go on OnlyFans, man? If Pornhub is for free blood, like, come on, man, you mad?
No, do you have your own personal OnlyFans?
No, bro. I ain't making that kind of bread, man. No.
Well, the way you're talking about it,
but you know what?
Like...
Look, I've seen people. Safari is making bread on OnlyFans. You get me? Casanova 2 times was making bread on OnlyFans, man. You get me? Like there's brothers out there making more. They're making big bread on OnlyFans, brother. You know what I mean? So come on. It's a new way to make bread, and all these motherfuckers are out there making bread, man. Shit.
Niggas is niggas, you know.
It is what it is.
Niggas is niggas. For real.
Anyway,
right. I think
so our conclusion.
That's the end of the
yeah. So thank you. Hopefully you guys will enjoy tomorrow's fights. I may, not sure I definitely will, but I may do a watch along AJ Pulev fight. So if I do, I'll let you guys know, and I'll put that on the actual community.
It might be too loud. It might be too loud around mine, but I think I might just want to join just on that fight by itself. You know what I mean? That
by itself, yeah.
I might want to do that still, but we'll see. I might be too lit by that time. Who knows? You know what I mean?
If you're gonna do a review after, and I happen to come by after the fight, like,
all right, cool. All right, so you guys stay tuned for that, and in the meantime, I guess we'll see you next week.
Hold on, can I change my bonuses? Before we turn this lights up? Man? Can I change my bonuses?
I knew it. I saw one of the show to end, yeah. I saw wanted it to end because I knew this guy was playing a poker game. I knew it.
Change.
I'm gonna change Cyril to Figueredo.
I knew Cyril.
For bonuses.
I knew he was gonna change Cyril. But I didn't think he was gonna change it to Figueredo. I thought he was gonna change it to the gals.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well.
So that's changed. You guys, will catch you guys on the flip side. Take care. Peace.
Loot.